Hello again, and I've brought you quite a long way from Liverpool this time. I've made a brief trip to my home city of Stoke-on-Trent in the Potteries, better known as the Potteries, really, the home of the ceramics industry in the UK for many, many centuries. And as I speak to you, I am sitting alongside Stoke Minster, which is the primary church of Stoke-on-Trent now, and I believe it is the resting place of several famous potters, perhaps with the names of Spode and Wedgwood, to name but two. If I can find them, I'll take some stills for you. But this place has a long and very checkered history. It dates back to early Saxon times, and in actual fact there are some arches from the first stone-built Saxon church which admittedly have been rebuilt, but nevertheless the fabric is original. It's just that they've been reassembled in more recent times, so I'm going to go and have a look at those. I've got a feeling it might make a nice frame for the actual minster which is behind me here. I'm only here for 2 days, and I'm quite looking forward to it. It's fascinating to find such ancient remains in the middle of a very heavily industrialised city, mainly of course 18th, 19th century. Well, from Saxon ruins and a churchyard, I've come over to the Spode Museum, which is actually closed today, but which is actually the reason why I've come here now rather than when it's busy and when it's open. I'll try and come back tomorrow if I get a chance, but this has stood here for a couple hundred years. Goodness knows how many pieces of earthenware and china have been turned out here over the years. Of course, it's now no longer in use, and the most important building I want to show you, or at least what's left of the most important building, is the base of one of the original bottle kilns, for which of course Stoke-on-Trent is rightly famous. They are all now protected, listed buildings, and this must be one of the very early ones. And it is within these bottle kilns. I'll put a still up for you so you got an idea what the complete kiln looks like. But it was in these that all the many hundreds of thousands and millions of china plates and pots and you name it, they were all fired in kilns like this. A very, very skilled job, by the way. Looks a bit sad now, but at least it's still here. So I'll take a few stills now of this and the surrounding buildings, all of which at one time would have been absolutely filled with workers, potters, painters, decorators, transfer, printing, experts, you name it. Well, we've left Stoke town centre behind us now, and I'm on my way to the hotel where hopefully I'm going to be staying for a couple of nights. And we are on the Trent and Mersey Canal. The remains of the old North Staffordshire railway line, which obviously at one stage crossed over the canal. Well, this is where I leave the peace and tranquility of the Trent and Mersey Canal. The main road which takes me to the hotel is just behind the camera there, so it's only about another 5 or 10 minute walk from here, I hope. I'm melting. And we'll just give you a few shots of this passing narrowboat as it comes past me. Oh, you're in the right place there. It's very warm in the sun, yeah, very. Hi, you're doing all the work and he's just relaxing.
He's got the easy life. I do make him do the lot, so.
Good. Many of you abroad will be more than used to temperatures of 24 degrees centigrade, 74, 75 Fahrenheit. The problem with the UK is it comes and goes so quickly, we can't really get acclimatized to it. And it's been rather sticky today. Anyway, before the day comes to an end, I thought I'd take this opportunity to share with you what I've brought with me. This is a 2-day trip. I'm staying at the hotel here for 2 nights, but I thought it might be nice for me to show you what I bring with me for the sort of trip that I'm on right now. Everything is in the Low Pro Flipside 300 bag, including change of clothes, deodorant, not much else. When I say change of clothes, I mean change of underwear and socks, really. Nothing fancy. Okay, so what have we got in here? Well, I decided to, as I say, travel as light as possible. So it is the wonderful Olympus Pen F. Everybody knows how much I extol the virtues of this little camera. And I have brought it out with the 14mm 2.5 pancake lens. I have also brought it out with the 60mm 2.8 Sigma. Cracking little lens, that, love it. And the pièce de résistance is the 6mm f2 from Lauer, the 0D or Dreamer lens as they call it. I've not used that today, but I think if all goes to plan, it's going to get used tomorrow. So those are the 3 lenses. Then in addition to that, I've had to keep space available in here for the GoPro, which is filming now, for the little tripod mount cum selfie stick, which it is attached to, the wireless microphone, and additional batteries. Now with the GoPro, I invested in one of these 3-pack units. I flattened one during the course of today, so that's going to get recharged overnight. Handy devices these if you haven't got one, most useful. Charges via USB in the back, excellent little bit of kit. I have a power bank, hoping not to use it, but it's there for emergencies if it is required. I have my charger for the mobile phone, which will also double up for charging the GoPro batteries and the microphone batteries. I have, if you've been watching the channel, I lost my radio microphone a few months ago and replaced it with this, which is a transmitter and 2 microphones. And they come in this case, and rather like the GoPro, they recharge from inside this hard carrying case. So the USB charger, mains charger, will boost the batteries back up for both the microphone and the GoPro. What else have we got? I did bring the mains charger with me for the Pen F, just in case, but I do have a spare battery for it. Goodness knows where it is, but I do have it, honestly. Yeah, I'll find that later. I have brought, ever the optimist, I have brought my K&F Concept filter set with me as well, which contains the polarizer, 10-stop ND, and various adapters for the different lenses. So I'm hoping tomorrow to be able to make use of that, but I can't guarantee it, but it's in with me anyway. And with regard to the main bits of kit, last but not least is the infrared converted Lumix GF-1, because again, hopefully tomorrow I'm going to be able to get some, fingers crossed, reasonable infrared images using this. The subject matter should suit infrared. What else have we got? Bottled water, which I have needed today, that's for sure. Second USB lead, USB-A to the old USB-B, yeah, B, I don't know. You know the one I mean anyway, it's a separate adapter thing on there. And what else? House keys, deodorant, change of underwear, change of socks. Mobile phone in the side here, although I have it out at the moment. And also in there is an additional memory card. It's a micro SD. So I have got a separate SD card for the Pen F and or the GF-1. And if it's required, I've got the micro SD card for the GoPro, if I fill that. Whew, that's about it. That's the lot. And it was in the right old mess, so I thought I'd get it all out and show you now before I tidy it all up and put it away properly, because then I'm going to have a nap and then I'm going to go and get some dinner. I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Well, good morning. Welcome to day 2 of my little city break, I suppose you can call it. And this is the main focus, pardon the pun, you're used to them by now, of my visit to Stoke-on-Trent. We're actually in Trenton Park. The place has been developed and maintained extremely well over the years, and there are some good eateries here. If I can find one, I'm going to find a sun hat, because trust me, I've come out on the hottest day of the year so far. It is now 9:20 a.m. and it's already up in the 20s, 20 degrees C. It's forecasting a high of 28 today, so I'm going to be sweating. Basically, all around me, as far as the eye can see, is Trenton Park and Trenton Park Gardens. The remains of the old mansion house are behind the camera, which is going to be my first port of call. And then once I've shot all I can at the old mansion ruins, I'm going to come back. There is an Italian garden, a loggia. Basically the whole place was Italianate in design, I think, anyway. And it's something like 450 acres. Quite an amazing piece of real estate in the south of Stoke-on-Trent. And it's about half, 3/4 of a mile away from the hotel where I'm staying. So I've walked down here this morning, and I'm really looking forward to it. There is not one single cloud in the sky, which is a bit of a letdown, really. I was hoping to get some images in infrared, but I might just struggle with a clear blue sky today. We'll see, we'll give it a go anyway. In mono could work because the sky's going to go really, really dark, but we'll give it a try. So for now, I'm going to go in search of the old mansion ruins. See you soon. We're still right alongside the River Trent. It's literally behind me, behind the trees there that you can see. At this point of its journey, it's quite a narrow, sort of a wide stream, more than a river, but nevertheless, it's there. Anyway, on we go. Let's find these mansions. Ruins off. Well, we found the old mansion house ruins. Just behind me there. Let's go and take a look. If that doesn't whet your appetite for some architectural ruins, I really don't know what will. Fabulous. And I suspect, although I can't actually gain access to the inside of the building, I'm hoping to make use of the 6mm ultra-wide lens from here to start off with anyway. Ooh, wow. Well, I've taken some shots from here with the 6mm Lauer, and I can get the whole building in very, very easily. So I've come in quite close to the fountain here. We've got a mower coming. I'll just let him go on his merry way, because I know the Holyland mic will pick it up. That's not too bad now. As I was saying, with the 6mm Lauer, I've been able to come in really close to the fountain here and still get the whole building in. So I've taken a couple of shots with the Pen F RAW and JPEG. Now I'm going to use the same lens but put it onto the little Lumix GF-1 infrared conversion. Well, now I've just had a rude awakening. The 6mm Lauer will not focus on the little Lumix GF-1. Simply cannot get it to focus anywhere in the range, as far as I can tell. It's always awkward with these by having to look on the back of the LCD screen rather than the viewfinder. But as far as I can tell, does not want to work with the infrared conversion. So I've taken a couple with, well, I've taken two with the Lauer, stopped right down, try and do something with it in post, and I've taken a couple with the little 14mm 2.5 pancake lens from further away, again in infrared, so we'll see what they look like. I'm going to go a bit closer in now and try and get some detail shots. Thank goodness for picnic tables. The ruins of the mansion are just over to my left hand side, and behind me you can see yet more ruins. Now, yesterday I did say I would try and use my K&F Concept Nano X range of magnetic filters. I have brought them with me together with various adapters. The most ubiquitous lens today is going to be the 14mm 2.5 pancake. So I opted for, when I invested in these, I went for the 58mm size of filter so that I could use stepping rings to attach it to the variety of lenses that I own. Might have to invest in some more adapters. So all you do is screw the relevant ring onto the adapter, UV filter if you need it, which I think, yeah, shows how much I've used these, doesn't it? So the UV filter goes on and your polarizing filter is then magnetic. No need to mess around with it. And this is going to be the one that I use more often than not today, I think, partly because we have a bald blue sky with no clouds whatsoever, and also we've got a lot of water around, so I'm hoping to use this to cut down some of the reflections. I don't think I'm going to be able to make use of the 10 stopper. Might use it to peer through. Could do with sunglasses today. But no, seriously, I think it's going to stay. It's going to stay in the holdall. Here's a slightly nicer angle from up here, I think, of the old ruined mansion. It was mentioned in the Doomsday Book, and it was built on the site of a priory which Henry VIII demolished during the dissolution. And the land was then purchased and rented out for something silly. Now this is going back to the 17th, if not 16th centuries. It was rented out to the owner, rented out to the occupier, I should say, for £108 per year. And believe it or not, the families that occupied the house in the years following paid that amount annually up until 1949. Bargain. So I'll just pan you slowly around. That's the remains of the mansion house itself. And then we have the church, which would, I presume, have been attached originally to the priory, although that looks like it's been rebuilt in later years. Another Italianate ruined structure there, possibly an orangery or something like that. But if I continue to pan you around to the left, you begin to appreciate the size and the splendour of this place. These Italianate gardens go on and on and on. Tremendous. I can't tell you how tempted I've been to climb over this wooden fence and take a look inside, but I've resisted the temptation. I'm sure it would be quite safe in there, but better safe than sorry, I guess. I've done a couple of infrared shots. So now we're going to wander through to the Italian garden. I promised you I'd try the filter set today, so I've just done a shot using the 10 stopper, 14mm pancake, resting the camera on the edge of the fountain here. Hopefully a lot of movement in the water, and even some of the mansion remains in the background. Don't know. Might be a success, might be a complete flop. We tried. And this is the loggia. I'll have to look up what that means. Well, apparently the Oxford English Dictionary definition of a loggia is a chamber or room with at least one open side, usually opening out onto a garden. So there you are, make of that what you will. Perseus staring down at me, beginning to feel self-conscious. I'm going to make my way out now. The heat is starting to get to me. I've been in here for 2 hours now, and I need to find a drink. Oh well, I think that was a fairly successful 2-day outing. First I've done in a long time, to be honest with you. I'm a bit doubtful as to what I've messed up with the infrared, mainly because I swapped memory cards around between the GF-1 infrared camera and the GoPro. By mistake, and I have a horrible feeling that the GoPro footage may well have overwritten the stills, but when I get back home I'm going to download everything and check it. If there is no infrared imaging in the video, that's the reason why. Hopefully I've got some reasonable images from my outing to Stoke-on-Trent and Trentham Gardens. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and in the meantime, look after yourselves, enjoy your photography, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.